Oh my god, hold on, I don't have lipstick on. I just turned off the air in here. So I need to be quick with this because I'm actually gonna faint. Hey vlog! I thought this week we would do a little get to know me video. I just want you guys to know me better, so oh my god, hold on. I can't have no air on. I'm literally gonna die. I didn't want to embarrass myself and put out a poll on Instagram asking people to ask me questions and then get embarrassed because nobody would ask me anything. So I took matters into my own hands and I did some research, looked up other videos on YouTube of get to know me type of video, and I kind of took some questions and then thought of some things as I was doing this. A little list on my phone. I also thought I would make this more interesting if we make it a mukbang! Oh my god, I'm so excited. Hold on. First of all, we need to get into this because I will literally my pants. I get so sad when I can't like go out and get my own matcha because matcha at a coffee shop is actually ass. Like you cannot get a good matcha unless it's like a real matcha, like specifically a matcha place. I can already tell this is gonna slap. And I drive by this place all the time and I didn't even know it existed. This place is called Boba and Chill in Pembroke Pines and I'm so excited. So let me stop. First try, eyes closed. Okay, I made a mess. I did it, but I made a mess. Hold on. I got a lavender matcha latte with almond milk and chewy boba. My mouth is watering. Deceased. I am deceased. And I also saw on their menu that they use ceremonial grade matcha, which is important. Go for the ceremonial grade. I just zoomed in. I don't know. I guess that's fine. Okay. Got some boba. I moved back how many months ago and I didn't know this place existed? Wow. I got to eat. I also stayed up accidentally way too late playing Fortnite with my friends, and if I stay up playing Fortnite, I get so like ramped up, like, and then I can't sleep. I literally was trying to go to sleep and I couldn't go to sleep till like 3 in the morning. I need to get my shit together. That's what I need to do. Let me show you what I got. Oh my god, it smells so good. I'm hyper today. I got a noodle bowl with lemongrass tofu and garlic shrimp with a noodle base. I got some veg and then I got 2 sauces. Let me actually take a thumbnail right now. Oh my god, that matcha is so good. When you get lavender in matcha, it's almost like a Fruit Loop taste. It's so good. I got 2 sauces. I got sweet ginger and I got spicy traditional Vietnamese. I'm just gonna throw them both on there. Wow, I'm doing this in my car and probably is not the best idea. Dump them all in. Dump them all in! Let me get it. Ooh. Wow. Wow. Wow! Let's start with the questions, shall we? Oh, that's spicy. So here's my list. I guess we can start with the easy stuff. My name's Miranda. I am 25 years old, about to turn 26. I am an Aries. Aries gang, stand up! You ever feel like so connected to your sign that like you cannot see yourself ever being another sign? Like I always see that clip of like that Lizzo interview. I don't know, this is random. Well, it's like she finds out that she's an Aries and she's like,
Shocked to hear that you
don't with me today. Come on.
Would you be shocked to hear that you're an Aries?
Nah. I'm not a Aries. I'm not a Aries.
And I was so offended by that clip. Like, how could you not want to be an Aries? Also, if you don't believe in astrology, you're probably no fun. And I don't think we can be friends. I'm so happy right now. I'm gonna get the stuff that like people may already know out of the way. I have here, what is your relationship status? Girl, that's Miss Little to you. I'm a child bride. Just kidding. I'm not a child bride. It feels like I'm a child bride because I still feel like I'm 15. Obviously, I know I'm a grown-ass woman and I am about to be 26 years old. I am married to the love of my life. We've been together for 7 years, 1 year married, and we like just immediately knew like this is endgame. Like you just know. And you actually do know. And that was my experience. That's my bestie. And if there's any relationship advice that I would give you, find somebody that you, one, can be 100% yourself with. Never be with anybody who makes you feel small, makes you want to change yourself, shrink yourself, turn down your volume. I'm someone who's always had a big personality, and I'm very loud, and I'm very fiery, and I'm very outspoken, and I'm gonna say things how they are. He's never once like made me feel like I need to change that about myself. So finding somebody who, I'm literally about to get emotional. Why? Intermission, please. Anyway, yeah, he is my person, and I'm lucky enough to have found him when I did. Next question before I turn this into a fucking crying on the internet video. What's my background? I am Latina mommy. If it wasn't obvious, both my parents are Cuban. I was born here. I was born in Hialeah. Born in Hialeah. Grew up in the Broward area. Thinking about my husband again, but we lived like a mile away from each other. We lived in this very close vicinity, went to the same elementary, middle, and high school, never spoke to each other. I always had my eye on him though. And he swears he didn't know who I was. You're a fucking liar. You're a goddamn liar. And we didn't meet until after high school. I have two older half-sisters. They're my sisters, but technically they're half-sisters through my dad. They're in their late 30s, early 40s, both of them. And then I was an only child, grew up in the house by myself till I was 10, and then my brother was born. That's my twin. My little brother is my actual twin. Like we were born with the exact same face, and we came out with the exact same face. He's probably prettier than me, but it's just life, isn't it? I've always been very much, I did have only child syndrome, as in I wanted to be the center of attention at all times, constantly putting on performances for my parents, choreographed full on performances in the middle of the day. Like we're like trying to survive the 2008 economy crash. I was in the living room like putting in that work. Yeah. Oh, I dropped out of college. I got my AA, so I went to college for 2 years. Was about to start a physical therapy program, and then I had like a crisis, and I was like, what the fuck am I doing? I'm gonna have to go into debt for this fucking program that I don't even care about. And then I just decided that I wanted to start working full time. That takes me to another question I have here. What was my first job I've started working very young, so I've had a few different jobs, but my very first job was I worked at a towing company. It was my aunt's towing company, and I was doing like the books for her, kind of super chillin'. I would literally drive to her house after school, be there until like whatever, get my check, dip. That was fun. After that job, I worked at an elementary school as an after school teacher. And I loved that job so much. Too bad it was literally paying me like fucking paychecks were basically negative. But that was such a fun job for me. I've always loved kids. I was with like the 5th graders, so they were old enough to like, you know, like be funny and like mess around with me and stuff, and that was like always super fun. I would work through the school year, and then I would also work the summer, and the summer was super fun because you'd have all day field trips. Like they used to send me out on a bus with like 30 kids by myself. They would send me to the fucking roller alley in charge of like 30 kids, and I'd be like, okay, go have fun, I had to like literally guard the door to make sure nobody was like snatching the kids. Maybe I shouldn't say that. That was a super fun job, and unfortunately I had to quit because I had bills to pay, and you know, that wasn't gonna cut it. After that, I got a job at a preschool, which I was also making no money, but I did love that too. I love working with kids. Before I realized that you literally cannot make a living as a teacher, especially in Florida, that I decided that I wasn't gonna go down that route. But I always have loved kids and love that environment and love teaching and whatever. And then after that, I went and worked for my parents at their IT company for like 4 years. Until I left that, and then I got a job in the legal industry, and then that caused me to literally spiral out of control. My mental health was the worst it's ever been. panic attacks. It was so much fun. And then I just literally walked out one day because I was so done. And here I am making videos, talking to myself on the internet. It's gonna be a long video. Like, a part of me didn't want to like quit because I had put in so much work there, but what I was getting paid and how it was affecting me, my body, my mental health, like physically having panic attacks, that means the stress is actually affecting my well-being, and like those things just weren't weighing out. Obviously social media is something that I've always wanted to do, and at that point in my life, like, it just felt like it was time and make my dreams come true, and it's gonna happen. This is so good. I'm like in heaven right now. What do people not know about you? I feel like, let's get deep a little bit. I feel like my whole life I've kind of been misunderstood. We're in therapy. It's kind of my own fault because it's not, but it is. I feel like who I am right now is who I've always been. Obviously I've matured and like gotten smarter and like whatever. I've always been very true to myself. My issue is that I didn't let people in. I was only fully myself around my people. It's not that I'm scared of showing people who I am. It's almost like I feel like people don't deserve to know who I am. That sounds bad, but that's not what I mean. I like to have control over everything in my life. Like, I have a control issue. So with the internet and say like strangers and people who I don't know having access to me, like in this format, is scary for me because I can't control who's watching, you know? I don't know if I'm making sense. Media. Yeah, it's so fun to share who you are and find people who are like-minded and make friends on the internet, and I really have made friends on the internet. I guess that's how I've always been. I've always said I'm an introverted extrovert, and maybe that's my Gemini moon. Anyway, I don't even know if that made sense, but we're just gonna keep going. Something else about my childhood is that I was the like kid that always had the cast and was always injured. That was me. I would say I'm a very I was very adventurous, not scared of anything kid, and that led me to be injured a lot. I broke my knee when I was in middle school in 6th grade, and then literally the day that I got my cast off my leg, I broke my arm. That's a whole situation. My leg was weak because I got the cast off and they didn't send me home with crutches or nothing. I was walking, my leg gave out. I threw myself this way to try to avoid falling on my knee again. Threw myself this way, broke my wrist. And I remember like oh, Miranda has like the leg cast and she had like my straight leg, like had to walk like within a fucking cast like this. I was like, everybody, I'm getting my cast off, like, hey. And everybody's like, oh, my teachers were like, you're gonna see you tomorrow, no cast, like whatever. And then I came back on Monday with a fucking cast on my arm, and everybody was like, that was me. So cuckoo crazy. I wrote down here DIY queen. I consider myself, and I take pride in being a DIY queen. If there's something that I want to do, I can figure it out myself. Gel X nails at home, I'm a fucking pro. Dye my own hair, pro. My next task that I'm so excited for is when we buy a house, I'm gonna turn into fucking Bob the goddamn builder. I'm gonna renovate that fucking house, and I'm so excited to do so. Like, I'm very much a do-it-yourself bitch. I wrote fitness journey. That's like a pretty interesting part of my life, or like a big part of my life. Being a little girl growing up, being hard on yourself about your body and killing yourself in the gym, and then just coming to terms with myself took me many years. I feel like that's just like a universal experience with women. Like, everything's about your body. You're fat, you're skinny, you're fat, you're skinny. It's exhausting. It took me until really long, like the last couple years, I feel like I finally have come to terms with allowing myself to understand that fluctuating in your weight is healthy. It's normal. Your body and how you look is not the most important thing on the planet. You're so much more than what you look like. Like, actually, seriously, what you look like it's like lowest. I saw this person talk about how, like, think about the people that you love the most on this earth, like who you think the most highly of, like your best friends, your partner, your family. Have you ever once looked at them and been like, thought poorly of somebody because of their body? Someone that you love? Never once have I even thought, like, that doesn't even cross my mind, because you love them for so many other things and their personality and who they are. So when I think about that, I'm like, the people who I care about and I love and whose opinions that I cherish aren't thinking that of me. So why the fuck would I feel any other way? You know? It took me a while to get there. But if you're struggling with that, if you're feeling down about yourself, your body is the least interesting thing about you. And that says a lot, because you're fucking hot, okay? That's what I like to live by. Finally have gotten to a place in my life, it doesn't matter. Work out, go to the gym for your mental health, to have a healthy life, not because of what you look like. I've become a way healthier mentally person because of that. So yeah, did that get kind of deep? We can end off on this one because I've been recording for 45 minutes already. I put favorite pastime. My favorite pastime is like going out to a nice restaurant, not even nice restaurant, just going out to eat with my friends, having a drink, eating good food, like having good conversation. That's my favorite thing to do in this life. There's nothing better than that to me. Spending quality time with the people you love, and Pilates. I really am loving Pilates right now. Get my last bite here and my nose leaking, it's so spicy. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope now we can feel closer. Officially, we're besties now. So if you don't already, I'm gonna put my other social medias here, Instagram, TikTok. I love you. I feel like we got closer. So I hope you feel that way too. And I'll see you next week. Duh!